Guys, would you look at that? They officially added me into Fortnite. Now that I'm back from the mountains early, if you missed anything, welcome to the update video. Hey everyone, this is Syntax, and today we're going to be going over possibly the biggest update in Creative since Creative came out. That's probably a lie. There's more than likely been bigger updates, but there's a lot of content in this one, so come on, let's go look at it. Absolutely gorgeous hub. Okay, let's just take a second to appreciate the jellyfish. Of course, it's another Trey Sunday collab, like 27 features, 28. Listen here, for those of you who don't know, they added a ton of stuff, like a ton of stuff. I'm gonna go over as much of it as I can relatively quickly. I'll probably have separate videos for all of the devices they added and like how to use them and optimize them and create cool tricks with them, but like we're just gonna go over it quick for this video. Anyway, starting off strong, they added 6, count them, 6 new devices. First and foremost, the mutator zone is now like the barrier and the damage devices. It comes in prop form, so you can place this wherever you want now. Now this by itself is absolutely fantastic, but it only gets better somehow. So like, Epic, you really outdid yourself. We now have a wildlife spawner, which I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even looked at this thing yet, but I'm sure there's tons of customizability. We have chickens, frogs, boars, wolves, raptors, random prey, and random predator. So that's amazing. You can choose the number of wildlife you want to have in, the total spawn limits. Oh, is this like a spawner, like a zombie spawner for wildlife? That's so cool. It has a spawn timer and all the basic settings that, you know, the zombie spawners have, and you can set the damage to players, so you could, if you don't want them to do damage, they don't have to do damage. Movement speed, health, taming. You can tame them with meat and whatnot. We've added a purpose for meat. You can enable, disable, spawn and despawn, destroy. Oh, tame. There's an option to send a signal that will automatically tame animals. That's pretty cool. But yeah, now you can add all sorts of different animals into your open world adventure maps that I won't be building, but I'm sure you guys will be. Yeah, wildlife spawner, that thing's amazing. The customizable light, oh my god, this thing's amazing. This is the first device in Creative that we have ever had that allows you to fully customize a lit area. For the sake of showing this off better, I'm actually going to turn the light brightness to 0 so I can just show you how cool this thing is. Now obviously you've got your super basic settings. You can enable it whenever, have its initial state be on or off, and you can choose the color, so that's super cool. Like if I want a red light, I can have a red light. Obviously the intensity is going to lower the area it shines to, so like 100 intensity, it's going to shine more than 10 intensity. And obviously the flare size has a relatively large impact on that as well. You can see if it's on tiny, there's barely any light there. There's also different types of light. There's point light and spotlight. So if you have a spotlight, it actually gives you these arrows which indicates the direction the light will be facing, and you can see that like it faces in the direction of the arrows. Now the rhythm preset settings, that's where stuff like this gets interesting because we have a whole bunch of different settings. The flicker setting actually makes the light do exactly what it says. It starts to flicker. My favorite so far is the wave because it kind of pulsates on and off, and what's great about all these settings is you can control how fast all of it's happening. For example, if I set the rhythm time to 5 times, look at how fast this thing pulsates on and off. Like, tell me that's not absolutely incredible. It looks like a blinking emergency light, one that you would see if like the power has gone out. And this is literally just one of the cool things you can do with the new light setting customizable thing. There's short circuit, so it's like the light is dying, which is super cool. It seems like it's actually random, which I'm sure it's not. I just can't recognize patterns. But like if you put this short circuit light in the basement of a map, like that's scary, dude. That's scary. Of course, the party light, if you have epilepsy, please, I should have put a warning. I probably put a warning, but yeah, party light gets the party going. There's also a windy light, but I'm honestly not sure what that does. I think it just moves like the base around. Yeah. Of course, you can turn it on and off and then toggle it, reset, disable, and enable. And there's also this cast shadows option, which I think if you turn it on, it will cast shadows. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but like with the board there, like it's casting a shadow on the board. And I think if I turn that off, there will no longer be a shadow. So yeah, you can turn shadows on if you want. The amount of customizability and the amount we're going to be able to add in terms of the light effects to these maps, the atmosphere we're going to be able to create. Oh my God. Just wait till you see this next device. I mean, you've probably already seen it, but like the Sky Dome couples super nicely with this device because you get to customize your own atmosphere. This thing has a ton of settings. I encourage you to go into your own creative world and just mess around with all these devices for like 30 minutes to an hour because there's so much customizability, it's actually scary. All the different light colors and hues and intensities allow you to create a toggleable light setting for your island. What I mean by that is this stuff like doesn't really matter except for like the camera filter now. Like if I want super thick fog, now I can just have super thick fog. And if I wanted to take this away, I would just disable the device and that would be that. You can actually take all the colors in this and set them to black and then have this enable and disable inside a map, and something that's far away would like go in and out of vision because of the fog thickness. There's so much potential. I'll do an entire video on it. But yeah, the Sky Dome is basically customizable light settings throughout your entire map that can be toggled on and off. So that's insane. Anyway, they also added a visual effects spawner, which basically took all the particle effects that we had earlier in the game and put them into one Star Wand looking thing. There's fireworks and leaves and eyes and bats and all the other particle effects that we had before, and my personal favorite, which is actually disco balls. Yeah, these things are absolutely incredible. Just look at that. That's the best effect in the game, and you can't tell me otherwise. And then there's the dance mannequin, which is pretty broken. I'm not even gonna bother going over this thing because I think it copies you if you set it up correctly, but like I'm pretty sure it's broken, so I'm not even gonna go over it. That's all the devices. In terms of new galleries, I think they added the invasion stuff, so I guess we could look at that. We have alien DJ booths, alien saucers, new different kinds of speakers, a whole plethora of display UFOs. So if you're building an alien map, I'm sure you're gonna spam these. We actually got a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube alien. So better than a llama and better than a human. I think you guys get the point. There's tons of new props with this, but my actual favorite prop out of this entire gallery just so happens to be this broom. We also got a ton of tiny little drink props, which I'm sure will be great for adding detail. Oh look, we finally have this radio in creative. We've waited so long for that. There's a bunch of different trash things, and there's different soup can props and tubs. Yeah, there's a whole lot added in this update. But yeah, that's everything in this update, I hope. Wait, I lied. That's not everything. The speaker got, I believe, 60 new sounds. 60! Now, there are way too many sounds for me to actually go over every single one of them, but I will play you guys some of my favorites. And of course, every single one of the new added sounds are horror related. So I couldn't be happier. Anyway guys, that is everything I think in the update. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Of course, if I did miss anything, I'm probably going to make a ton of different videos on how to use the new devices and what to make with the new props and how to do some cool tricks with them. There's just going to be so much content out of this. Throughout the next few weeks, I'm sure you'll see a ton of carnival themed maps because there's so many new carnival sounds, and there's probably going to be a ton of tutorials on what to do with the new light settings and whatnot. But anyway, with that being said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, this has been Syntax. Later.